give me a happy marriage. That prayer cannot be answered. I'm not cursing anybody. The prayer can only be answered when you have done what you should do. God will not do. You can't ask God in prayer to do what He has already commanded you to do. Let's read that place. Maybe I'm not. Let's read. And after He had appeared in human form, He abased Himself. Okay, obedience to the extreme death, even the death of the cross. Let's go to verse 9. Therefore, that means after all these things had happened, because He stooped so low, that's the reason. It is submission that empowers you as a Christian. James chapter 4 verse 7. He says, submit yourself to God. Resist the devil. The devil will flee away from you. But many believers want to resist the devil. We don't want to submit to God. No, it won't work like that. If you really want it to be effective, the Bible says in James 4:7, the first thing to do is to submit yourself to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee away from you. Any situation you have been handling in your life and has been proving stubborn, as you understand this principle of submission, and you submit to the will of God and the purpose of God for your life, I decree and declare in 2021, those situations will bow to you. Those situations will bow to you. I told you, we are more effective, we are more powerful when we submit to God. And so Jesus, knowing that, is submitted to the Father. So the Bible says, therefore, verse 9, look at it again. Therefore, because He stooped so low, what did God do with Him? God kept Him low? God kept Him low? No. God, He said, because He stooped so low, God has highly exalted Him and has freely bestowed on Him the name that is above every name. Listen to me. The way up is down. The way up is what? Pride doesn't take anybody anywhere. Pride is destructive. You know, some people believe that when I show how proud I am in the office and I show that I don't greet people, I bully everybody, they will be afraid of me. The Bible says God resists the proud. That means when you see something God cannot stand, when you are listing the things God can't stand, one of them is pride. But what does He do to humility? He gives grace to the humble. So every time you humble yourself and submit to God, you enjoy multiple grace. Anytime you approach your life as if you are enough, as if you are capable of everything, life humbles you. This is why sometimes most of those who leave school with first class, by the time they face real life, they end up as third class in real life. Because when you approach life with I'm first class, it is your first class you will be eating. That is what you'll be eating, the first class. But when a person with pass or third class humble himself and say, Lord, you know, say I know, but you can help me. The best person to drive flies away. Can your tail do enough job like God will do it? Are you following me? Submission. Everybody say submission. Shout submission. So one of the things this celebration is teaching us is submission. Do you want to be effective? Be submissive. Do you want to take over? Be submissive. You don't take over with pride. You take over through submission. When I just got married to my wife, the shoe my wife was to wear was a very big shoe for her. So we were having a conversation and I told her, I said, it's a matter of time. You just be in submission and in humility. That shoe will fit you. The shoe you wear with arrogance cannot fit you. That is the problem of African leader. The moment they sue them in and they become president, nobody can capture, nobody can advise them again. Nobody can talk to them again. Pride, arrogance, we just spew. Check out any leader in history who did well, they are in submission. Check out any leader all over the world who did well, they are in submission, either to the people or to God. Leadership that wants to be full of himself, they don't succeed. In fact, their hand is never good. I can give you examples. Saddam Hussein, Gaddafi, they don't end well. Are you following me? I don't want to mention because there's controversy about the one I want to mention. I don't know the party you belong here, because by the time I say it now, you can be angry and not listen to the rest of the message. But you and I understand that the strongest leaders are the submissive leaders. They are leaders that listen. They are leaders that are humble. They are leaders that understand their limitations and weaknesses, and they are in submission to other sources that can be of support to their weakness. But the leader that covers his weakness and behaves like there's no weakness anywhere, they end up being frustrated. You will not be frustrated. You're not saying amen properly. So he said, because of he stooped so low, God has highly exalted him, and he gave him a name that is above every other name. That at the name, if we continue to read it, that at the mention of his name, every knee will bow. Not just on earth, even in heaven, even under the earth, and confess that Jesus is Lord to the glory of God. What do I mean by submission? Submission means compliance. Do you want to reign in that office? You can only reign through submission. Do you want to take over that industry? You can take over cheaply by submission. Are you following me? Arrogant people don't go too far. Arrogant people, they don't go too far. Give them time. They will crash themselves by themselves. When you say anybody that is doing gra, it's not, it's a matter, it's just, if you want lasting success, lasting reign, be submissive. When Pastor Adeboye was 60 years old, many years ago, the man is 77 now, I think. 75. 79. Oh, that's true. 79. So 19 years ago, he was 60. Our church was very small. But thank God for this uncle. He got me a VIP card to attend the luncheon of his 60th birthday. He said, Pastor, if you know what I did to get this, he said, I paid money. I want you to come and learn. So I was there, I won't forget, in VI. Me too, I came in, very small me. I sat in a corner, in the midst of great people. They were celebrating this great man of God. They gave us pamphlet, they gave us president comment on him, vice president comment on him, the wife of the president comment, governors, all kinds of people were there. And in the book, everybody made comment. I saw something. Everybody that spoke about him, life, and those who wrote something about him, they said he's a humble man. If we are to sum you up, what are we going to say about him? He's arrogant. He's so full, he's too full of himself. People who come to that state of mind, they cannot reign in power. Why death could not hold him captive was that he was in submission to a higher authority. So that higher authority came to his rescue. The Bible says, if the Spirit of God that rose the body of Jesus from the grave, so he didn't raise himself by himself. He lied down lifeless there in the grave by himself. He couldn't do it on his own. The Father had to help him. It was when the Spirit hit his body, boom. The Bible says it quickened his mortal body. He said that Spirit can quicken your own mortal body too. I don't care the state of your situation right now. I don't care whether you are in that state where you have been reduced to nothing. You are down to nothing. You are so broke. Things are not working. Your life is so messed up. I don't know whether that's the state you are. But if you will be in submission to God, it will send the Spirit to let people write you off. It doesn't matter. Let them start saying that you can never make it in life. It doesn't matter. Let them think look, it is in that state he will meet you. And he will bring you back alive. Somebody is celebrating this celebration with us today. Live and online. I decree and declare, before the end of this year, you will resurrect. Whatever is dead in your life, whether business, whether relationship, whether marriage, whether you're part of your body, whatever is dead will come alive again. Shout submission. The way up is down. Submission. Humility is a springboard to higher ground. Please don't join the world in this arrogance, because arrogance is trending, especially on social media. Don't join anybody in those things. One of our brothers, people were relocating. A young man, he was going to the US. I called him. He said he was going to see me before going. When he got to my office, I said, can I advise you? He said, yes. I said, you are going to a very beautiful environment. Everything is working. I said, but the environment you are going, character, greeting people is not a good thing. People hardly greet themselves. All those things we do as African, it's like old school. I said, but I want to beg you, hold on to it. I said, there is no human being in the world that doesn't like to be greeted. Even arrogant people like you, humble people. Even arrogant people, they don't like arrogant people like them. They prefer humble people. Even arrogant people, they don't like proud people. If you see two people in one car, one will come out. They don't like themselves. They prefer humble people. I said, so when you get there, don't say Oyinbo people and this. You keep those values. I said, you will see what will happen. That boy in 1 year took over. Look, this struggle you are struggling, humble yourself under the mighty hand of God. He will exalt you in due season. He will exalt you by himself. People were calling my friend, how much did you pay to be on DSTV? 0. We paid grace. He will exalt you by himself. Just humble yourself. He is a lifter of men. Promotion does not come from the east nor from the south. It comes only from him. He's the one that takes some up, pulls some down. He's still in charge of the affairs of men. You humble yourself under his mighty hand. I must say submission. Say humility. Say, Father, I receive grace to be humble, to be in submission. Submission at work. Submission at what? The Bible did not preach that because you are a Christian and your guy is a Muslim or an unbeliever, that so you should be arrogant to your guy. It's there in Ephesians. Servants, submit yourself to your own masters. Even if your master is an herbalist, once you are working under him, even if he's younger than you, even if he's less qualified than you, less qualified, you are not the owner of the company. The company knows that you are more qualified and they put you under him. Stop showing skills. Stop those nonsense. It will take you far. Even at work, submission. A meeting was held there last Sunday by the Nigerian Corpus Christian Fellowship. They started the program since Thursday. So I was asked to come and close it and preach for the last day. So Sunday evening I came here. As soon as I stepped out, I told myself, this is not Royalty Christian Center. I'm a guest speaker. So when I climbed this place, their president was leading me. He thought I would just walk straight to my seat. I didn't walk straight to my seat. I stood there for a while. I said, where do I sit? I was even pointing to this place because I felt. He said, no, Pastor, it's mine. I said, no, Papa. I said, come here. The fact that it's our church, look, when you go to some places, submit to. So he led me. He said, no, don't sit here, Pastor. Come and sit here. I didn't just walk here and say, we are the CEO of this place. We don't have any other seat now. Which seat again? Some pastors are arrogant. They are praying. Everybody is standing up. You two stand up. You two what? Get up on your feet. You are in your father's. It's not your house. It's your father's house. You are a child in his house. If they say kneel down, all of you kneel down. You two kneel down. If they say get up, you two get up. You can't be older than God. Stop sitting down like you are the one that will answer the prayer. Many people sit as if when you are true, we will answer. You know, you are not the one that will answer their prayer. No matter the title you carry. Are you hearing me? People who humble themselves, God lift them up. Humble yourself under the mighty hand of God. He will exalt you in due season. Somebody is here. This is your season. In this new season you are stepping into, God will exalt you. You have not seen promotion before. The ones you have seen, they are just child's play. This year, God will promote you flamboyantly. God will lift you flamboyantly. You've not seen lifting before. But I want you to get ready. Because humility is the master key to lifting. Submission at home. Submission at